Have you ever had an incredible idea flash through your mind? So powerful, so clear, so full of potential, only to lose it moments later. You tell yourself, "I'll remember this later." But when later comes, it's gone. Like a whisper in the wind, it disappears. That, my friend, is one of life's quiet tragedies. Because the greatest loss is not what we forget, it's what we never record. Every day, millions of brilliant thoughts are born in human minds, and almost all of them vanish unrecorded. They fade before they can make a difference. The human mind is an extraordinary factory of ideas, but it's not a reliable warehouse. It produces brilliance but forgets fast. The question is, how do we stop losing our greatest thoughts? How do we capture ideas before they disappear? Let's start here. Ideas are gifts. They come unannounced, often at inconvenient times. While you're in the shower, driving, walking, or drifting off to sleep, they are visitors from possibility. And the truth is, if you don't write them down, you're telling the universe, "I wasn't ready for that one." Because inspiration doesn't stay where it's ignored. It moves on to someone who's prepared to receive it. Jim Rohn once said, "Don't trust your memory. When you have a good idea, capture it." That one sentence changed countless lives. Why? Because the most successful people aren't necessarily the most intelligent. They're the most intentional. They don't let ideas slip through their fingers. They build systems to catch them. Let's talk about 3 essential disciplines that will help you capture ideas before they disappear: attention, action, and organization. The first discipline is attention. You can't capture what you don't notice. The world is filled with signals, insights, patterns, and flashes of wisdom, but most people move too fast to see them. We're distracted by screens, noise, and endless tasks. Yet, the best ideas come when your mind is open, curious, and observant. Train yourself to live alert, watch people, listen to conversations, read widely. Pay attention to your own reactions. What excites you? What annoys you? What confuses you? Every emotional response can be a clue. An idea is often born in the tension between what is and what could be. Carry the mindset of a collector. The artist sees what others ignore. The entrepreneur hears opportunity in complaints. The leader finds wisdom in mistakes. Your next big idea may already be hiding in plain sight, but only awareness can reveal it. The second discipline is action. Attention alone is not enough. Once you sense an idea, you must act quickly. Don't wait for the perfect moment or the right notebook or the fancy app. Capture it now. Whether it's a phrase, an image, or a problem you want to solve, get it out of your head and onto something permanent. Use what you have: your phone's notes app, a voice recorder, a scrap of paper, or even a napkin. Because here's the truth: ideas evaporate faster than you think. Within minutes, they fade, replaced by other thoughts. Think of your brain as a whiteboard that's constantly being erased. The only way to preserve what matters is to write it somewhere else. Develop the habit of immediate recording. If you're in the car, speak the idea into your phone. If you're in bed, keep a notepad nearby. If you're walking, pause for 10 seconds and type it out. You see, the greatest difference between dreamers and doers is not creativity, it's speed of action. Doers record their inspiration before their doubts can erase it. The third discipline is organization. Capturing ideas is powerful, but capturing alone is not enough. A drawer full of scattered notes will not change your life. What you capture must be organized and revisited. Set aside time every week to review your ideas. Reread your notes, highlight patterns, and extract the best ones. Some ideas will make you smile, others will make you think deeper. Many won't be ready yet, but keep them. Ideas are like seeds. Some take time to germinate. Over time, you'll notice something magical. As you collect and organize your thoughts, connections start to form. You'll combine two old ideas into one new breakthrough. You'll see solutions you never saw before. And that's how creativity works. It's not just about having ideas, it's about nurturing them until they bloom. Now, let's go deeper into why this practice matters so much. Your mind is like a gold mine, but most people walk through it without a shovel. They let precious thoughts stay buried because they underestimate their own insights. They believe that great ideas belong only to geniuses or visionaries. Not true. Every person is given flashes of genius. The difference is that successful people recognize and respect those moments. When you start taking your ideas seriously, something profound happens. You begin to take yourself seriously. You tell your subconscious mind what I think matters. And in response, it gives you more. Creativity is like a loyal friend. It visits more often when you listen. Let's talk about the moments when ideas come. Often, inspiration strikes at strange times, early in the morning, late at night, or when you're doing something unrelated. That's because when your conscious mind relaxes, your subconscious mind speaks. Those quiet moments are creative gold, but only if you're ready to catch them. History is filled with stories of people who captured their ideas in time and changed the world. Thomas Edison carried notebooks everywhere, filling over 3,000 journals in his lifetime. Leonardo da Vinci's notebooks, filled with sketches, questions, and inventions, became the blueprint for centuries of innovation. Richard Branson once said that his most important habit is carrying a notebook everywhere he goes. He credits it for much of Virgin's success. These individuals understood something powerful. You can't improve what you don't record. The faintest ink is stronger than the best memory. Let's look at this from another perspective. Think of your ideas as wild birds. If you don't catch them gently and keep them safe, they fly away. But if you build a habit of catching them, of writing, recording, and reflecting, you create your own aviary of inspiration. Over time, it becomes a collection of brilliance that belongs only to you. If you practice these 5 steps for even 1 month, you'll be amazed at how your creativity transforms. You'll notice more, think deeper, and act faster. Remember, success is not built in one giant leap. It's built on small ideas that are captured and acted upon over time. Let me give you a powerful truth. The human mind doesn't run out of ideas. It runs out of attention. The more you respect your ideas, the more they will respect you. Imagine your life 1 year from now. If you start this habit today, you'll have a notebook filled with original thoughts, project ideas, solutions, and lessons. You'll have a map of your mind's growth. And every time you feel stuck, you'll have proof that you're not out of ideas. You just needed to look back and remember what you've already discovered. Now, think about the opposite. Imagine the regret of realizing that your best thoughts, your most creative moments, and your greatest flashes of genius are gone forever because you didn't write them down. Don't let that be your story. The truth is, nobody can predict which idea will change your life. It might be the one you scribbled at midnight. It might be the sentence you jotted during lunch. It might be the dream you almost forgot. But you'll only find out if you capture it. So, Let me ask you, how many great ideas have you lost so far? How many insights have vanished because you said, "I'll remember later"? How many opportunities have slipped away because you didn't write them down? Let today be the day you stop losing them. Make a commitment from this moment on. No idea goes uncaptured. Carry a notebook. Use your phone. Speak your thoughts. Write down lessons, quotes, questions, jokes, mistakes, anything that sparks something inside you. Don't judge your ideas. Collect them all. Even the silly ones, even the half-formed ones. Because sometimes, what seems foolish today becomes genius tomorrow. Ideas evolve. They grow. They connect. And over time, they shape your future. The great author Napoleon Hill once wrote, "More gold has been mined from the thoughts of men than has ever been taken from the earth." That's true. Your ideas are your gold, but they're buried in the moment. Unless you capture them, the person who learns to catch ideas before they disappear is unstoppable, because every idea you save becomes a step forward. Every note you take becomes a tool. Every captured thought becomes a seed of success. So today, decide that no thought of value will be wasted. Build the habit. Live alert. Act fast. Stay organized. Someday, you'll look back at your journals, your notes, your recordings, and you'll realize something extraordinary. You were building a treasure chest all along. And inside it are the ideas that built your future. Because your success doesn't depend on the ideas you had. It depends on the ones you kept. So the next time inspiration whispers, don't let it escape. Catch it. Keep it. That's how you turn moments into masterpieces and thoughts into reality. Because in the end, your mind is the birthplace of your destiny. And the pen, the notebook, or the recorder you carry, is the key to making that destiny permanent. Every great achievement begins as a simple idea, but ideas are fleeting. They are like sparks in the dark, bright, powerful, and full of potential, yet gone in a second if not caught and protected. The key to progress in any field, whether it's business, art, leadership, or personal growth, is not merely having ideas, but capturing them before they vanish into the fog of forgetfulness. Think about it: every invention, every empire, every masterpiece, every breakthrough in history started as a single thought. The airplane was once just a dream in the mind of two bicycle mechanics. The light bulb was once a curious idea in the hands of a man playing with wires and glass. Greatness doesn't begin with resources. It begins with a thought that someone took seriously enough to save. Yet most people let their ideas slip away. They treat them as random occurrences, not realizing that they are gifts from the universe. Opportunities disguised as whispers. How many times have you thought of something brilliant while driving, in the shower, or lying awake at night, and told yourself, "I'll remember this later"? And how many times did you forget it within minutes? That's the tragedy of neglecting your ideas. They come to those who are ready, but they stay with those who record them. The truth is, ideas are visitors. They knock on your mind's door, and if you don't open quickly enough, they leave. They don't disappear. They simply move to someone else who's paying attention. That's why two people can have the same idea, but only one of them succeeds, because that one took action while the other waited. Learning to value your thoughts is the first step toward greatness. Every time you dismiss your idea as not important enough, you silence your creative potential. Every time you say, "It's just a random thought," you underestimate your own brilliance. Your ideas are the raw materials of your future. You may not know what they will become, but by preserving them, you give yourself a chance to find out. So build habits that protect and preserve your ideas. Carry a notebook, use a notes app, or record voice memos. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Capture ideas now, in their rawest form. It doesn't matter if they seem incomplete or unclear. What matters is that they're saved. Because once an idea is recorded, it can be refined, developed, and transformed. But if it's lost, it's gone forever. Understand this: the act of capturing your thoughts is an act of self-respect. It says, my mind produces value. My ideas matter. My insights deserve attention. Over time, this habit reshapes how you think. You begin to see patterns in your ideas, connections between thoughts, and possibilities where there were once only passing moments of inspiration. That's when transformation begins. Because inspiration by itself changes nothing. It's only when inspiration is captured and acted upon that it becomes transformation. Every writer who finished a book, every entrepreneur who built a company, every artist who created a masterpiece began the same way. With a single, fleeting idea that could have been lost forever, but wasn't. They caught it. They wrote it down. They worked on it. And that small act of discipline turned into a lifetime of impact. So remember, you don't need more ideas. You need better habits for keeping them. Because the distance between where you are and where you want to be might just be one great idea, one thought away. And if you have the courage to catch it before it disappears, it could change your entire future. Ideas don't wait for convenience. They come uninvited at the most unexpected times, when you're half asleep, in the middle of a conversation, during a walk, or even while you're stuck in traffic. They don't knock politely or schedule an appointment. They simply arrive. And if you're not ready, they slip away just as quietly as they came. That's the nature of inspiration. It's unpredictable, untamed, and fleeting. You can't control when ideas come, but you can control whether you're prepared to catch them. And that's where the difference lies between those who succeed and those who don't. Success doesn't belong to the most intelligent person in the room. It belongs to the most prepared, the one who's ready when inspiration strikes, the one who has a pen nearby, a notebook open, a phone ready to record, a mind trained to recognize value in every spark of thought. Think about this. Many of the greatest breakthroughs in history didn't happen because someone was sitting in a perfect environment or had unlimited time. They happened because someone was ready when the idea arrived. Isaac Newton saw an apple fall from a tree. But how many people before him saw the same thing and thought nothing of it? The apple didn't make Newton a genius. His preparation did. His mind was alert, his curiosity alive, his readiness complete. He caught the idea that everyone else ignored. You see, opportunity doesn't favor the lucky. It favors the ready. The difference between the dreamer and the achiever is not the quality of their ideas, but their ability to capture and develop them. Everyone gets flashes of insight. Everyone experiences those sudden bursts of clarity, but only a few act quickly enough to save them before they fade. That's what preparation really means. It's not just having tools. It's having the mindset of readiness. It's training yourself to respect ideas, no matter how small or incomplete they seem. Because an idea that looks ordinary today might become extraordinary tomorrow. A sentence you jot down today might become a book. A problem you notice now might lead to a solution that changes lives. Prepared people don't wait for ideal circumstances. They make the most of the moment. They know inspiration doesn't operate on a schedule. You can't say, "I'll think of something great next Monday." That's not how the creative mind works. Ideas appear when they wish, not when it's convenient for you. That's why you must always be ready to record, reflect, and refine. To record means to capture instantly. Don't trust your memory. Trust your tools. Whether it's your phone, a notebook, or a voice recorder, treat it like a net for catching thoughts before they escape. To reflect means to review thoughtfully. It's not enough to collect ideas. You must spend time thinking about them, exploring them, asking questions like, why did this thought come to me? What can it lead to? How can I use this? Reflection turns raw inspiration into meaningful insight. To refine means to develop and shape. Most ideas don't arrive fully formed. They're rough, unpolished, incomplete. But through consistent reflection and effort, they evolve into something powerful. The people who succeed aren't those who wait for perfect ideas. They're those who refine imperfect ones until they shine. Preparation is not glamorous. It's not dramatic. It's a quiet discipline. It's the act of staying ready, even when nothing exciting seems to be happening. But when that one golden idea appears, and it will, you'll be grateful you prepared. So, if you want to separate yourself from the crowd, stop waiting for brilliance to strike at the right time. Instead, become the kind of person who is always ready for brilliance. Keep your tools close, your mind open, and your discipline strong. Because in the end, success is not about who had the idea. It's about who kept it, worked on it, and brought it to life. Remember this truth: the world doesn't reward potential. It rewards preparation. Ideas are free and fleeting, but those who are prepared to catch them are the ones who turn possibility into reality. To capture ideas, you must live alert. You must move through life with your eyes open, your mind awake, and your heart tuned to the whispers of inspiration. Ideas are everywhere, floating in conversations, hidden in mistakes, woven into problems, and shining through moments of quiet reflection. But most people miss them because they're too distracted, too busy, or too unaware to notice. To truly capture ideas, you have to train yourself to see what others overlook. Living alert means becoming a keen observer of life. It means noticing the details that others pass by, the patterns, the connections, the lessons hidden in plain sight. Great thinkers, artists, and innovators all share this one skill: they notice more. When others see an ordinary event, they see possibility. When others see routine, they see revelation. Every day, life is speaking to you. Every experience, good or bad, offers insight. But to hear it, you must listen intentionally. Not just to people, but to your own thoughts, your emotions, your environment. The world is constantly feeding your mind new material. Your job is to catch it before it's gone. Listen to the tone of conversations around you. Watch how people react to situations. Reflect on how certain things make you feel: joy, frustration, curiosity. Those emotions are clues pointing toward ideas worth exploring. The person who listens intentionally will always have more to say, more to create, and more to give. But awareness and listening alone are not enough. You must act immediately. When an idea flashes across your mind, don't delay. Don't think, "I'll write it down later." Don't wait for a more convenient time. The truth is, later often never comes. In a matter of minutes, your mind moves on, and the spark fades. Inspiration has a short attention span. If you don't act on it, it leaves. That's why capturing ideas requires speed. When the spark appears, grab it. Use whatever's in your hand, a phone, a napkin, a piece of paper, even your own voice. Record it, write it, sketch it. Do something to make it tangible. Because once you take it out of your head and into the real world, it becomes real. And once it's real, you can protect it. That means giving your idea a safe place to live. A notebook, a digital file, a journal. Somewhere you can revisit it later. Protecting your ideas is like nurturing a seed. You may not know what kind of tree it will become, but if you water it with attention, feed it with reflection, and give it time, it will grow. That's where the real magic happens. A small note from last year becomes a project today. A half-written thought turns into a business plan. A passing observation becomes a piece of art, a book, a speech, a solution. The ideas that once flickered faintly in your mind can one day illuminate your entire life. If you capture them in time, never let a spark fade into regret. There is nothing more painful than realizing that you had a great thought, a beautiful concept, a meaningful message, and you let it slip away. You can't rewind inspiration. Once gone, it rarely returns in the same form. So treat every idea, no matter how small, with respect. Write it down, record it, reflect on it, because you never know which one will become your next breakthrough. Sometimes the smallest idea, something you almost ignored, ends up being the one that changes your entire direction. And here's the truth. Breakthroughs don't happen by accident. They happen by attention. People call it luck. But luck is just the meeting of preparation and opportunity. When you live alert, when you listen with intention, and when you act immediately, you position yourself to receive what others miss. So live awake. Stay curious. Keep your pen ready and your heart open. Capture your thoughts before they drift away. Because one idea, just one, has the power to change your life, your work, and maybe even the world.